Hello and welcome to the latest unboxing. This is the Mastodon. Myself and about 600 other close friends were at the Forge World Open Day yesterday. Today is the 18th of July 2016, and yeah, so this is the kit that people have been waiting for. I won't wait too much to get into it. It's almost 18 inches long, the box. If you're familiar with the Warlord box, I believe it's the same box. Although I think you get two with the Warlord. So anyway, let's crack it open. Nice Forge World logo on the bottom. This has been previously opened by its actual owner. I'm not the I'll be the proud builder and painter of this particular one, and I'll be getting one myself. Oh, there's another one. But I'll be getting one myself, and so I don't want to muck up the box because it's not actually my box. So let's just open her up. On the inside, standard white box sort of thing, and lots of bubble wrap. So first thing we look at, as always, are the instructions. And something falls out. Oh, I'll edit that out. Right, so we've got the instructions. Cool. Notice that it's a computer aided, computer modeled there. So kind of gives you a clue about how the kit was made. So we've got various, everything's numbered. It comes with a crew. You can see generally how it goes together is basically big slabs of things that are sectioned off, and there's 84 separate parts for the trivia monsters. Preparing the model for assembly, we'll get into that in a little bit. There's customer numbers to call, and it's pretty cool. I had to flip through this yesterday, and I talked to the actual designer of the kit, and he said that he worked basically hand in hand with the guy who does the manuals, the actual manuals. So you can see that the thing that you're working on for that particular step is a nice bright green. Tells you not to glue. This is meant to rotate. So it's all very, a gigantic step up from the normal photocopied couple of pieces of paper at most that you get with things like the Sakaran and the Typhon and stuff like that you can see in the other unboxings that we do. Now, you also get the guide to building resin model kits. Somewhere up here there will be a link to my complete guide to model resin kits. Basically it goes through all the tools of everything, and I'll be adding, in some point in the future, I'll be doing things like cleaning and mold lines, shims, and fixing warped bits. So there's a really good guide. There is a nice video that Games Workshop did in association with Forge World. Hopefully mine's a bit better, even if the sound is a bit off. But anyway, we're not talking about that at the moment. We're talking about this. So, okay, so the first thing is the big sides of this sucker. Now, if you've seen the pictures, I'll throw some pictures in the video, and I'll pause for effect as these as they sort of roll in. But if you've seen the pictures there, you can kind of tell that that's the inside. I think this is the front, because there's the doors that kind of swing open, and then there's a door that flips down, and then there's a wall piece somewhere. There's two wall pieces that fit somewhere. I think they're somewhere about here, I think. But yeah, so that's it's nice and straight. And I note that they, unlike the Fire Raptor, they haven't actually wrapped it around, attached it to a piece of cardboard. So, and just a slight tiny bit of model history. I believe it's these parts or some of the other big parts that were the reason for the huge delay in getting this model out. So again, this is the other side. This is the left side. This is part number 3. And again, this is the inside. You can see there's like little bits for lights. There's, I don't know, all these little gubbins that that are meant to look quite cool. And there's the outside, and then I guess all the tank pieces are going to fit there. So it's quite neat. Again, this is the front, and this door will fit down, slide down the back. So it's really, really warm today in the UK. So you might notice that if I'm speaking faster than normal, it's possibly because it's warm, and I'm sweating. Oh, we got another big piece here. Ah, these are the tread. Wow, okay, so this is one of the tread pieces. Holy, that is massive. Okay, scratch what I said. I think this is the reason for the delay. This is huge. So you can see this is the front tread of the right side, and there's the rear tread, and there's obviously going to be some pieces of tread that fit around that and along the back. So that's quite interesting. It's quite smooth mold there. A lot of these things are 3D printed nowadays, or designed in a computer and then 3D printed. And then obviously, as you can see, it's hand cast. It's a 2-piece mold. That's how they get all these undercuts and everything. It's pretty cool. So somewhere inside will be the left side, the corresponding matching piece to that piece. So let's just dig that out. Now obviously I'm not going to be building it in this video. This is just an unboxing, but also this is kind of a review. So I'm just making sure I'm keeping everything on the screen, but I'm also looking to make sure that the resin, sorry, the whole thing's resin, but the pieces like the rivets and these corner pieces here that you can see if you're watching in HD, that there's no bubbles on this. Spotted a bubble there, but easily covered up by some mud or weathering or paint or whatever. There is a little bit of mold slippage there, but that's not a big deal. And the casting gates on these things are huge, and you can see where the like sort of the airline, I don't know what you would call these, but like the air escape holes for these, because it's poured down like this, and then the air comes up like that to basically make the mold. So it's poured down through this thing. So yeah, that's it's all looking really nice so far. So now we're down to the bags, the normal Forge World bags that we all know and love. So that's the top piece, and there's, I believe those are the Void Shield generators that I'm going to hate once this thing is on the field against me. But there's one of the cupolas, and it's pretty cool. The inside is also detailed, because this is removable once you get everything assembled. There's a lot of oil or mold release. That's spray wax or something like that. That's on this. There's a little bit of slippage there, no biggie. Take care of that with a knife. There's a little bit more slippage there, but that would need to be filled in just a bit. Looks really, really cool though. So hopefully you're getting a good view of that. So that's the front end of the model. This looks like the rear drop down door, crew door or whatever, or maybe that is, because that has a little hinge there. So I'm not sure what that piece is. I mean, you can scroll back and look at the manual if you want, but everything looks really, really nice. There's these little shims, as Forge will call them, these pieces and these pieces here, these triangular pieces that you just need to cut off, but no big deal. The really telling piece though is if you look at it edge on like that, there's absolutely no warpage, which is really nice and really, really nice. So here's a piece. This looks like one of the side doors. Oh, slightly different. So anyway, they look similar, but they're just different sizes. And again, perfectly straight as far as I can tell. No, this one it does curve up just a tiny bit. Could be today's heat, but no biggie. And then possibly the longest, flattest piece, that will definitely need some water, hot water bending. No big deal though, but you can actually bend it very carefully with your fingers. That looks like it's, maybe not. Maybe it's like a corresponding piece for the back end. You see how big the kit is going to be. Gigantic actually. So let's get these back in their bag where they live at the moment anyway, until this is built. There's streams of sweat are coming off my face because I'm in the loft where I record this, and it's very hot. Ooh, big chunks. These are massive. These are huge. So, oh, these look like, do they? Yeah, they do interlock. Okay. So, wow, these are some weighty pieces. You can see why they're hollowed out, because otherwise they'd weigh a lot more. There's a couple more cupolas, as you can see. And you can see that there's this key piece here is meant to fit inside this little empty area here, this recess. So it's literally tab A into slot A. Sort of thing. So I think these are the void shell generators. Maybe you can see like the command windows for the I don't know, the commander to stick his face out of. Kind of a sloppy number 60 there, but compared to that one, but you know, oh well, it works. But yeah, that looks really good. And again, you know, for being such weighty pieces of chunks of resin, there's no bubbles. There's a little bit of mold slippage, but you know, again, on a tank, like I've said before, you just go over it with mud or something like that, or rust, and you'll never notice unless you really want to fill those in. Yeah, so those look really good, and we'll just. I know sometimes on these videos I kind of take a lot of time to put things back in their bags, and it takes time away from the video, but I don't want to for any of these to go missing or anything. So here's a lot of pieces, lots and lots of pieces, and then these are the smaller pieces, as you can see. So we'll just go over some of these really quickly. We're not going to go too in depth. I'm trying to find some space here in my horribly overstuffed man cave. Okay, so the first thing I grab out, looks like this is one of the doors for the front, one of the assault doors. So there's probably some nasty meltas there, and there's, I don't know what those are meant to be. Some pistons and things on the back. And again, no bubbles. There is a bit of an empty space there. I don't know if the camera's catching that very well, but not a big deal. Just some green stuff or something like that. Maybe even paint might cover that. Here's one of the sections of track. Looks like the back. Lots of rivets. Nicely covered up though. Let's see if we can find some other visually interesting items. There's some lights. And again, if you have trouble kind of figuring out where some of these things are meant to go, you can see that's what the final product is meant to look like. And there's a painted version. So I have no idea where those lights are meant to go. And there's that front door, and yeah, it does have 6 melta cannons on the front and or melta guns. I don't want anybody posting rivet counting stuff on my video. There's another one there, something or other melta thing. There's the void shield things. So yeah, you can you get a sort of an idea of how these are meant to fit, and you can see that those 2 gigantic resin pieces are meant to, they do go together, and the piece with the lights fills in the gaps underneath, and that's meant to be a removable item. And then the top plate, once you get the weapons on it, it just, you know, so you can, I suppose, physically fit in your models if you really want. Something I like to do, but I know not many people do. So there's the las cannons, or just guns. Just call them guns. Everything's guns. So it's, you know, pretty straight. They're not droopy or anything like we've seen on some other things. What else is here? Big chunky. What the hell is that? That's a. I don't even know what that's meant to be. Looks like a bank vault. So anyway, yeah, it all looks really good so far. I'm not going to count the all the pieces or lay them out, because that that's just, I'm not building it yet. But there's one of the guns. That gun that fits on that top plate, that front plate. Looks pretty nasty enough. And these are the buttresses that go on the side of the command piece. Those go right there. What's it called again? Now I'm curious. Command deck assembly. There you go. Right. Okay, so the last thing we're going to look at before we shut off and retreat to some sort of fan motion air cooling device is just these last pieces. Oh, you have a whole Space Marine. There's your void shield generators, I think. There's some lights or scopes or whatever you want them to be. Various pistons. It's interesting. Not sure where those are meant to go. Maybe if you model the thing open. Ah, no, those are these are the barrels that fit on this piece, and then these fit on the end of those. So these are the turret that sits on the command deck structure. More guys to point and say, go there, driver. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I'm not looking massively clear. There are a couple of very small bubbles there. No big deal. You probably wouldn't even end up seeing those. But yeah, bubble-wise, there's like almost nothing. Warpage-wise, a tiny bit. But overall, that is the Mastodon unboxing from Forge World. Just released just yesterday. So we hope you enjoyed that. And come back to us for more Forge World unboxings in the future. My name's Frank. I'm with Tiny Plastic Spacemen. Check us out at tinyplasticspacemen.com. Please check us out on the Facebook. Just search Tiny Plastic Spacemen on Facebook. And we're also on Instagram. It's at TPS Painting Studio. Please give us a subscribe. There's a link there. There's a link probably up there right now. And then there's also a red subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, again, in the comments, happy to answer any questions for you. And maybe I'll be doing a build video or something like that. Definitely a build showcase once this particular model is complete. Yeah, give us a like and subscribe. So again, This has been Frank from Tiny Plastic Spaceman. Thanks for watching. And let's see.